Welcome to episode 344 of the 8-Bit Geek. If this is your first time here, well, let me welcome you. Let me tell you what this show is like, what it's like listening to it. It's kind of like a delicious, warm chocolate chip cookie. The one, that you bake. The one that you do in your own oven, where you make from scratch. It's the one where you're making it and you take scoops of the dough and you're eating it and you're just like really enjoying the dough. But then your mom comes and tells you, hey, don't do that, idiot. There's raw egg in there. And then you're like, uh-oh, but I ate a lot of it. And then you get really sick and you start throwing up and then you end up in the hospital. And then your mom's like, what'd I tell you? And then you're like, yeah, but I do it again in an instant. And that's 8-Bit Geek for you.
Is this based on a true story?
No, it's not.
It seems way too detailed.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I feel like you pulled that one from a very personal place.
No, but my mom did let me lick the spoons and stuff when she was baking, but I never got sick.
It wasn't cookies. It was something completely different. Like a casserole. It made no sense.
Yeah. She's like, I'm done with the chocolate chip cookies. And then I was eating lasagna off of a spoon. I don't know what happened.
Weird combo.
So, I'm Jeremy. And with me today are two men who are, they pretty much look like raw cookie dough.
Wow.
If your cookie dough has this much hair on it, throw it away.
How dare you? That is so offensive to my people.
To my people, to your chocolate chip people?
Oh my God, are you fucking serious, Jer?
What?
That's so insensitive.
Are we talking? Wait, are you trying to make this a Jewish thing?
I can't believe you'd bring that up.
Stop taking our conversations from text and bringing it here. For a second there, I really I was like, wait, did I really say? You had me really thinking. I was like, did I say something?
Am I going to have to edit out the first part of the show?
What just happened here?
You remember the Great Cookie War of 52?
Too soon.
We lost over 5,000 pounds of cookie dough.
No. And for what? For what, Jer?
You have to say your name still.
Oh.
Get now.
Oh, Doug.
He was PTSD, dude. He was thinking about it. He was real stuck in that war. I'm like the Toblerone of candy. I'm Kevin.
You're a pyramid?
Is it a pyramid? I'm trying to think of the Roleos, I think. Like those really hard.
Roleo, yeah.
Yeah, I'm one of those. Never mind. Toblerone's the one that. What was the Toblerone?
It's the triangle ones.
But it's the same kind of material, right?
In the stick, it's like a stick. It's like fucking huge. You get them at like airports.
You break off like individual pieces.
Oh, that's me then. I break off individual pieces and feed it to you. Eat me, guys.
Okay, solid pass.
Eat me.
This is the first show, guys.
Yeah.
No. Where I have I upgraded my internet.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I got a new connection. I went from 75 megabytes per second to 500.
Whoa. And how did you do that?
Well, what had happened was I noticed that my neighbor had this wire hanging out from the ground. And see, I ran it. I saw it go to a box that said Verizon. So I just I took my own wire and I spliced it and ran it into my house. And there you go. Free internet.
And it wasn't even well. It was just like it's going like a clothesline, just like connecting the houses. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know how that happened.
What happened here? Must have been the cat.
Must have.
But no, yeah, I upgraded and it's super fast now, and I love it. And I downloaded a game in like 5 minutes. It was a 40 gigabyte game. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, dude.
My mind was blown. I know you guys have been there for a while. I was catching up. Kevin with his 1 gigabyte a second that he doesn't even utilize. He uses it for freaking cookie recipes.
I need my cookie recipes and I need them fast.
I had the option for 1 gigabyte, but it was too much money. They were like, it's $120 a month, and I was like, nah.
Oh man, it's super competitive here. It's 70.
Yeah,
I think it's 70 or 80, one or the other. But you get a gigabyte.
It was $80 for the 500.
Nice. Well, that's good. That's great. Witkin says porn is so great in VR 16K. That's where it gets too real for me. I'm a hard pass on. I don't need to see pores and stuff like that.
I'm down.
Yeah, Jerry's like, show me more.
I'm in. I'll be a beta tester.
Yeah, you would.
Random
Dehydrated.
Random coming in with 111 bits. That's another box of nerds.
Oh God!
Is that what you proposed throughout the show?
Just do just one box by itself.
Every 100 bits is a box of nerds that Doug has. Let's see. If you like our banter, if you like what we're doing, and you want to connect with us more, you can over on our website. Check out www.the8bitgeek.com. From there, you can
more nerds. Oh,
you can check out our Discord, hook up with other fans, literally, and say hi to us over on there. It's a great community with great people in it, talking and chatting every day. You can also support us on Patreon for as little as $5 a month. We're going to give you a ton of extra content. We do a daily show that we're really proud of. You also get extended episodes. You get some really great extras in there throughout the year as well. So if you want to help us get to where we want to be, then $5 a month will do it. And then before we go on, Random about 2.5 years ago sent us a gift that they wanted forwarded to Kevin. Mm-hmm. And Kevin finally got it. Kevin, I thought maybe you could open it live on air, so that way the people could see what it is.
It doesn't help the audio listener, so I will describe it as I open this abomination. I've got this showed up on my mail and scared the shit out of me. For those listening.
Oh, just a random dude with glasses on so far.
Just a random dude with glasses in a bag.
Yeah, it looks like Hulk Hogan.
I was like, oh, cool. It's a Hulk Hogan thing. Maybe it's a T-shirt.
Hey, wait. You're doing an unboxing. Take your shirt off.
No. We want to stay on Twitch. And so I removed the plastic. And this thing, oh God, this is way bigger than I want it to be.
Well, if the
I want you to put it on your...
If the face is any indication, Kev.
Oh man, this is a big fucking flag.
I want it on your wall immediately.
Oh, I don't have anything to stick it, but I can. Here, let me go turn the light. Oh God, this is fucking terrible. I hate you.
And he's gone. He's gone. Oh, he turned the light on.
So you can see the flag. It kind of looks like Hulkamania. A
little bit. It says Flavortown. It is his hero, Guy Fieri. And it's him giving the finger salute to Kevin that says Flavortown on it, and he is gonna hang that up right behind him, so that way you could see it every single Monday night. And that was a gift.
Yeah, and that was a gift.
But thank you, Random, for the thoughtful gift. I hate it, but thank you.
Random, thank you so much for the coffee I'm enjoying tonight. My caffeinated as fuck coffee. So thank you.
Random, thank you for this bottle of water. It's delicious.
You're never mind.
You know what? Hey, I was like last week or something. I was eating candy and I took a drink of coffee. And I don't know if you guys remember. I was like, "Ugh, that was a terrible." Hey, not so nerds and then coffee. Not so bad.
What if you put nerds in the coffee?
I'm good. I'm good.
I'm good.
You answered that way too quick, too. You're like, I'm good.
I'm good.
No.
Nah.
All right. Every week, we like to have a little bit of fun before we start getting into the news and whatnot, and that's with us reading reviews from popular products on the internet, or even not so popular. First up, we have Doug in a little segment we like to call. It's blank. We don't have a name for it yet. If you have suggestions, we had one already. If you want more, or if you want to name it, if you want more of nothing, listen, we just need a name. Help us out. Doug, you're up first.
This one's for FlowX carpet cleaner.
Okay.
And this is what? Folex.
It sounded like you said Flow X. It
Oh.
sounded like some weird
Folex.
rapper.
Folex. FlowX. Folex. This is the little Q&A part where you can ask questions about the product. And so we have a couple of answers for one question. And the question is, will it remove copious amounts of blood splatter on the walls and ceiling? Answer 1.
Oh, before you do that, Random just came in with another 100 bits.
Dude, I can't.
He looks hurt. He looks so destroyed on his face, too. For you audio listeners, if you could see this is the face of just giving up.
Like, maybe later in the show I'll hit up another box, but this quickly, I can't. I'll throw up. I'll throw up.
Pace yourself. Also, while we're at it, Koondog subscribed using Prime. Thanks, Koondog.
Yeah. So the first answer to will it remove copious amounts of blood splatter on the walls and ceiling is it probably will, but luminol will still reveal the blood spatters. I would use plastic sheeting and bleach before you commit your next murder. Answer 2. My condolences to those who have dealt or are dealing with trauma that occurred in their home, such as homicide, suicide, or critical injury. I strongly suggest calling someone that specializes in biohazard cleanup. Your local law enforcement agency or FD, your fire department, can typically refer you to those businesses. In order to clean up blood, you must remove the matter and then sanitize the area. Please note this product is strictly for cleaning and removing stains. It does not sanitize. It does work extremely well for stain removal. Yikes.
That was
Yikes.
sadly accurate.
Yeah. The last one. Okay. I had to make sure the next one's a good answer, too. Answer 3, it removed everything on my sofa with the exception of an ink stain. Kids. I'm assuming is how they meant that. Like, kids. And
no, the kids were the ink stain.
Yeah, and made it look.
That's what I was thinking.
And made it look almost brand new. So I'd say yes, it'll clean up your crime scene.
The next one is for a coat rack. It got 5 stars. Chris is a verified purchaser. And Chris goes on to say, well, it held up the second floor of my home in a fire.
No.
This is a great coat rack for my home. It was very sturdy and balanced well. My house set fire in May of 2015. The entire house was a loss. In this picture that none of the listeners on this podcast are going to see, or hear, in this picture, you can see that this coat rack actually held up the second floor that collapsed. I recommend this product to anyone for both hanging coats and as a safety net for your second floor in case it collapses in a fire. 5 stars.
Oh man, that's good. The picture of this is it's exactly. Oh man.
Yeah, it's literally holding up the second floor.
Yeah, and the coat rack itself looks fine.
Yeah, it looks really great. Still a great wood stain on it.
Yeah.
Well, I've got one here. I've got this for weighted blankets.
Oh,
This is Amazon customer. That's the name. Otherwise, reading this, this is definitely me. This is a 5-star verified purchase. Saving Farts 101. Have you ever God damn it. Have you ever wanted to fart at the beginning of the night and save that fart for the next day? Well, your current blanket probably just isn't cutting it. The cheese, that is. With this blanket, though, you will have no problem saving those air biscuits for later use. This blanket can store fresh toots at 36 psi for 38 hours.
God.
These fresh will saturate your epidermis for a nice stale fart aroma to be your companion the next day.
Disgusting.
Oh, God.
Now, were you thinking of taking your Dutch oven game to the next level? Well, this blanket will take you straight to the big leagues this holiday season. Buy it for you and your wife and make her regret every night sleeping with you forever. Also helps me sleep a bit better. This was definitely me. I don't remember writing this in November 9th of 2018, but this is me. Although I'm going to start using air biscuits now.
You know, I read this and I was like, this is Kevin wrote this. This is Kevin. Kevin purchased this. There's no way he didn't.
I mean, whatever item it is, I want it now.
Oh, guys, has anyone? I don't think you two have been to the theater in years,
It's been many a fortnight.
right? You guys haven't really gone to see movies.
When I saw Joker in October.
That's true. You did.
I saw it Chapter 2 in September, so that's mine.
Okay.
You didn't see Joker, Kev?
No, I haven't had a chance to go see it. I've been so busy these weekends.
Okay.
I know. At this point, it's going to be on demand in like a couple weeks, so might as well just wait it out.
Well, I went to go see Ford versus Ferrari.
Mm-hmm.
How was it? Okay. Wasn't like Christian Bale in it or something?
Christian Bale and our boy
Mark Wahlberg?
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
Oh. But we have a lot of boys.
Yeah, but when I say our boy, you should know it's Matt Damon.
No.
Debuted at number 1 in the box office at 31 million, and it'll get a sequel.
Oh, what?
I don't think it will.
The movie was fantastic. It really was. I highly recommend it to anybody who enjoys car movies or even just character movies, because this really wasn't a movie about Ford versus Ferrari. It was really about a relationship and a friendship between Carroll Shelby and Ken Miles, and even more so of a story about Ken Miles, who went on to become just a legend in racing. And so, Ford was sprinkled in there. It was good. It was a good time, but man, it was an incredible story. It was well thought out, and I do recommend it. So.
There you go. That sounds awesome. I'll probably, I'll see it eventually, because I bet was it a fun movie to watch too, as far as the racing goes?
It's intense, dude. I started during one of the races. I was literally sweating, like my whole body, and Ashley was like, she's like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "This is in fucking tense, man." And she was like, "Yeah,
I got the need for speed."
So they did a really, really good job on all of it. So.
Nice.
Another movie that came out this week. Oh, did it ever bomb? Charlie's Angels.
What? Didn't we already get that?
This is the new version.
Didn't we already get that too?
This is the new version with Kristen Stewart, Naomi Scott, and Ella.
What?
Oh, I'm going to pronounce your name wrong.
Fitzgerald.
Belinska.
Oh,
Directed by Elizabeth Banks.
Directed by Elizabeth Banks.
Cool.
I remember seeing the first trailer, sending it to you guys, and going, "Oh, this is just an ad for a music video that's coming out," because it had like was it Ariana Grande song, in an angel, and I was like, "This is ridiculous."
Yeah.
And a lot of other people thought so as well, because it only made 8.6 million this week.
Yeah. Patrick Stewart as Bosley.
Huh.
Yeah. So even with all this star power, it just did not live up to expectations.
Huh.
The estimated budget was $48 million.
Excuse me. That's not terrible.
Not
For an
terrible.
action movie, I guess that's not too bad.
It'll earn its money back because worldwide it made 27 million.
Yeah.
At least it won't be a money loser. So, all right, let's get into some news, which is Netflix has been greenlit to make a Beverly Hills Cop 4 movie.
Fuck yes.
Right?
I'm
Axl
on board.
Rose.
I'm unironically on board. You say Axl Rose?
Yeah, I was going to see if you caught it.
Of course. Although now I want to see Axl Rose in Beverly Hills Cop. Get down on your knees. Please. Dude, I loved these movies. I fucking loved these. I haven't watched them in years, so they could be very problematic at this point. But I would definitely watch a fourth Beverly Hills Cop movie.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I definitely will too. And listen, it's amazing to see Eddie Murphy come back like this year. He's making a huge comeback. He had the Dolomite movie on
My Name is
Netflix,
Dolomite. I still got to see that too.
and then he's got he's making Coming to America Part 2. He's got this coming out, and I think he's also got a Dr. Dolittle movie. Oh wait, no, never mind. That's Iron Man. He's playing that. Sorry guys, my bad.
Iron Man is playing it?
Yeah, you didn't see the trailer for Dr. Dolittle? It's just called Dolittle.
Oh, okay.
It looks
we talked
really-
about this. Yeah.
It looks really good.
But he was in talks to maybe doing a stand-up on Netflix too, which would be crazy because he hasn't done a stand-up since like I think the 80s.
We'll probably do it.
Yeah.
Why not?
So
He's hosting SNL soon, sometime in December.
Yeah,
that I want to see too. That's going to be huge.
Well. Man, it's like the 90s are coming back.
The
First
80s.
it was the 80s, now it's the 90s.
Yeah. Yeah, really. We're seeing the resurgence of it. Oh man, I'm hyped for that.
Mm-hmm. The Witcher has been renewed for a second season without even one episode coming out.
That's insane.
Right? That's
People
how
are probably
much.
so positive with the reception, the trailer.
Mm-hmm. And I think we talked about this before, but they already have 7 seasons planned, which would be awesome for Netflix because they can't seem to count to like past 3.
For reals. Unless it's something like we talked about this, like Orange is the New Black and like their real tentpole shows.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess we're getting a 4th
Stranger Things.
Stranger Things as well. Thank
Yeah.
you, Kev.
Yeah, because I think House of Cards went to 6 or something like that, but then that had the whole spacey thing. And then, Orange is the New Black went to 7. So,
Well, just forget that I just said that because
well, that's only a handful of shows, but again, it's been kind of like Kev was saying, like kind of their tentpole shows. And then also like BoJack Horseman is on like season 32.
yeah,
It's on like season 6 though, for real, which is crazy.
Mark Wahlberg is joining
Hey, our
an
boy.
Uncharted movie, and I thought it'd be fun if you guys wanted to ask him any questions. We can bring him in.
Sure.
Okay, just 1 second.
It's been a while.
I'm gonna open the window.
Yep.
That's the only way.
Hey guys, what's going on?
Hey!
Hey, long time no talk. Okay, what are you doing, Doug? Hey, how's it going back there? Oh, I see you changed your room up. That's really cool. Hey, Kev, what's going on? I saw that you got a flag. Where is it? Fly that freak flag, okay?
You said taco.
What are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? What's up?
Hey, we
Hey.
wanted to ask you about the possibility of you being in the Uncharted movie.
Oh, of course, yeah. I'm gonna play like the guy in there. Like I'm gonna play the guy who like does all the flips and stuff.
No. From what I'm
Really?
understanding, it looks like you may be set to co-star as Victor Sully Sullivan, which is the old man.
Excuse me?
Yeah, not Nathan Drake, but Sully.
Uh-oh. Oh. This is awkward. I'm gonna have to call my agent. I thought I was playing Nathan Drake. I'm a young man. Look at me, I work out. Look at these guns.
Well,
I know, dude. You came in shirtless. We see it, bro.
Huh. Victor Sullivan. Well, I guess they'll have to put a lot of prosthetics on me and something.
Yeah. You've played the games? Are you familiar with the games?
What games?
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
What are games?
Like a video game.
Oh,
It doesn't fit in his schedule.
I've seen one of those. Like you guys talking about like the Nintendo Genesis and stuff.
Ugh, Jesus. Nope. How did you know that Nathan Drake did flips and stuff?
Oh, because I got this little co-star, and he was telling me about it. He's playing Sully.
I don't think so. Because that would be the role that you'd be playing.
Right, which is what you told me. So I'm like really confused.
No.
Anyway, I'm gonna go talk to the lawyers, and I'm gonna sue somebody, and I got to talk to my agent. Probably fire him because I don't play no old men. You guys know that. I'm a big star. I
Bring
wear
it on,
big
Brian.
boy britches. Well,
Oh, boy.
gotta go. Bye.
God, doesn't even give us a chance.
No. I think casting Mark Wahlberg as Sully is a terrible decision.
Oh, it's a terrible decision. But then again, so is casting Spider-Man as Nathan Drake.
Yeah.
You know what, though? Maybe it makes sense because Sully isn't going to be that old while Nathan drink. Well,
Nathan Drake.
yeah, get it, Nathan drink up. So if he's playing a younger version of Sully, then yeah, it makes sense.
No, it doesn't. We've all played the games. There is a
Sully is always
there's a sequence, where he meets Sully for the first time, like the whole origin story sort of thing. And Sully, yes, is like darker haired and not like gray or white haired as he is, in most of the time we see him. He is a very gritty, deep voiced.
Yeah.
I think I saw. They said gregarious character is how the article put it, which I think is very fair because it's Sully. Nathan.
Yeah.
Hey there, kid.
Ah.
You're gonna go. This is gonna be my last one.
Come on,
Vegas.
come on, Nate. Nate, this
Yeah.
way.
Okay. That's fair. Now let's try it the other way.
Uh-huh.
Hey, Nate. It's me, Sully.
So
Oh, this is my last go round, okay?
you turned into Penguin there, like from
Ah.
the series.
Nate. Nate.
Nate.
I don't know.
Hey,
Nate.
Nate.
I watched the other day. I watched the 10-year like special that they did for Uncharted. At one of like E3 or one of the PlayStation events. I don't remember what it was for. And they had the entire cast. So it was Nolan North and Troy Baker and the guy that does Sully, Richard, whatever his name is.
Dreyfus.
Attenborough.
And it's neither of those people. The voice of Elena and the voice of Chloe and Nadine, or whatever her name is. Nadine? Was that her name?
Yeah, Nadine.
Amongst some of the other people that have been in as other characters and stuff. And it's so crazy because Sully, he's not doing a voice. That's just how that motherfucker sounds.
So it was just perfect.
Yeah. And it was, I highly recommend it. It's on YouTube. It's about an hour long as they just sit there and talk about the game and stuff. Now, I will say the downfall is that it's hosted by Greg Miller. I'm not a huge Greg Miller fan. So
Is it that guy now that like does his own podcast for?
yeah, he used to be with IGN, and now he's with
just kind of
Game Over.
Yeah, I am not
Whatever.
a fan of him.
I'm not either. He was at that party we went to.
Yeah, he was the podcaster for the. Yeah, that's the guy who.
He's the Borderlands podcaster.
Yeah, Borderlands podcaster. I wonder how that goes now.
Anyway,
We'll have to watch that.
Nate.
Nate.
Nate. Kid.
Watching the retro replay because they're doing the Uncharted playthroughs. That's literally every time Sully shows up. Just both Troy Baker and Nolan North just sit there. Nate.
Disney Plus has reported that more than 10 million subscribers hit the pay button after the one day in one day after launch. So in one day they passed 10 million subscribers. That's insane.
Is that
man?
is that also people who like us who paid beforehand? Does that include us in that 10 million, or was that 10 million new on day one?
I would definitely say it includes us as well.
Yeah,
Did you get charged when you first did that, or did you get charged when it launched?
when we first did it.
Oh, okay. Because I'm wondering if then they just saved it for then, so that way they had an even larger.
Probably.
To give you some perspective, Netflix has 160 million subscribers.
Yeah, but they're also worldwide, and
Apple, Disney is not yet.
yeah, it's only in United States, Canada, and like the Netherlands because that's where their
But
testing
this is-
market was.
This is one of those things, though, that every family in America has the damn Disney Plus already, or getting
All
close to
anyone's
it.
talking about.
It's all anyone is talking about. Like everyone is like, "Oh, I had to get it first day."
Yeah, especially with the shows that were launching with it. I mean, everyone wanted to watch The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Amongst other things.
Even the homeless guy who hangs out in the corner was like, "You get that Disney Plus? You know I did."
You want to leech off my account?
His little phone. He's like, "Woo!"
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, it is weird because people are mentioning stuff I haven't talked about since like the 90s. Like, everyone's all hyped about gargoyles.
Yeah, man.
Like,
Yeah,
gargoyles is
they're pushing for a new series.
yeah. So I mean, like, they're doing that. Darkwing Duck.
Because they never finished that series. It got canceled before they ever had a true ending for that show.
Man, yeah. Everyone's going back and watching X-Men. You know, and like they still hold up. You know, it's just great stuff, dude.
Wickton says, Netflix is the next blockbuster. Bullshit. You know that. Stop trying to stir up comments.
Unless it's like Blockbuster in their prime, because I think, man,
This will not affect Netflix. I think we've already said that.
there's enough original content.
Yeah, that's all they have is original content, and it's always really good. So they have no,
Always.
they have nothing to worry about.
Yeah.
The Mandalorian has been in the news constantly. I cannot go anywhere without hearing about the Mandalorian.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck avoiding spoilers.
And it looks like a movie could happen, says Disney's co-chairman.
I'm looking right now at a post from Wikipedia, which is the Star Wars Pedia page.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
Is that official? Is that canon? Or is that I mean, is it approved
Not
by Disney?
run by Disney, but it gives every single little detail about the Star Wars
Yeah,
universe.
I mean, it's literally,
Okay.
I mean, yeah, canon and what's now called Legends. So it splits it
Okay.
up, so you can go and
Oh,
I
that's
use it as a huge resource for Saga because
Nice.
everything.
Mark Kenobi's on there.
Yeah, but it released the most searched pages 24 hours after the Disney Plus launch. So the number one search is Yoda's species.
Yeah, I did the same thing.
Yeah. Number 2 is the mythosaur, which is a enormous in size species of animal native to the Outer Rim world of Mandalore, which I didn't. Cool. Yaddle, Mandalorian, and Beskar. So the
metal.
Mandalorian iron that they use. It's just like I just think it's really interesting. Just like to see what like the top searches were, where people were like, "What the fuck is this?
Yeah.
What the fuck is this? I don't know anything about this. What the fuck is this?"
The co-chairman of Disney has said the Mandalorian is already proving to be a big hit. So if that series proves to be so compelling that we reverse engineer it into a theatrical release, 2-hour film or whatever, okay. So
Cool. I'm down. I'm bored. Yeah, I mean, we've all watched
yeah, I mean,
it.
why not? They're already filming season 2, which I didn't know if we would like. I was so worried that these would just be one-off shows that would only get one season and one story and like that's it. But now that I know that these will have multiple seasons, I'm very happy about it. That means that we could get 2 or 3 seasons of Obi-Wan as well.
Yeah. I mean, there's enough time between, like in their timelines, there's enough time between that and movie event, you know? So it's,
Oh,
yeah.
God, yeah. There's tons, yeah.
So yeah, there's tons to work with, which is great.
I didn't know if we talked about this last week. Did we already talk about Moon Knight appearing in Miss Marvel and She-Hulk? I think we did, didn't we?
Yeah,
in
we
the
talked-
MCU?
Yeah, and then it showed up in the movies and stuff as well.
Yeah. Okay. So we did. So we can skip that. But Disney Plus has said that they're going to fix The Simpsons widescreen problem in 2020.
good.
Okay. They went with a 16:9 format for all the older episodes from season 20 and back. And originally they were in a 4:3 aspect ratio. And if you don't know what that means, 4:3 is just the square.
Oh, so they getting like pulled?
Yeah, so like it's missing some of the jokes or visual, and so they're getting cut off at the bottom of the screen.
Or it's bottom and top. So it's like, and sometimes even on the sides because you can't. So there'll be like, there was one joke with a Duff beer like kegs and stuff, but there was one on the end that said something funny, but you couldn't see it because of the way that the 16
So it's
by
not
9.
stretching it; it's blowing it up and cutting it off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
There's some cropping. So, I mean, is it super important? No, not really. But I guess the purists went to the internet and yelled loud enough for Disney to be like, "Okay, guys, calm down. We'll fix it."
Good.
So they'll return all the up to season 20 to 4:3 aspect ratio.
That's awesome. That means they're listening too. That's great positivity coming out of a launch of a service, you know?
But they said that they have a lot of stuff that they have to work on first before they can dedicate time to doing those little things. And so they're working on improving the service, adding features, and all that good stuff. So, all right, let's talk some video games
Let's do it.
because, boy, oh boy, Google Stadia has launched for reviewers, and the Founders Editions will come out Tuesday, which you'll be listening to this. We record on a Monday, so they'll come out tomorrow. And, well, the reviews are out, and people don't like it. So, who would have thought?
There's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, let's just read a few of these. The Verge came out and said there's no reason anyone should buy into Stadia right now. Yeah. Polygon says the biggest problem is that Stadia at launch hasn't provided a smooth, seamless experience when playing games. PC World says a glimpse of the future some other company will probably perfect. Damn. Damn.
I mean, we've seen it before. I mean, Online did it on live. You know, they started that shit. So can't blame them.
Yeah,
IGN, though,
too little too
this-
soon.
IGN's getting real, especially for people like Blakey with internet caps. If you're cursed with data caps from your internet provider, you might want to avoid Stadia. So I'm assuming, especially if you're going to get as high as 4K, it's going to eat your data plan like almost instantly. So it's kind of a bummer that it's like this so far. I hope it improves. I hope over at least the next quarter.
Yeah, probably not.
I said hope. I didn't.
Yeah, because as long as high speed internet is not everywhere, truly, then it will never really take off. But I have to say, I think the PC World one, the glimpse of a future some other company will probably perfect. While that is a huge dig at Google, I cannot think of any other company that would have a better shot of perfecting it than Google.
Microsoft.
Microsoft.
Maybe
They've already shown off some of the tech, and they've already their compression and all of that, and then their the way that they've done their lag for the controller input has said to be like almost 1-to-1, and so that's what they're touting. Now, I'm not saying it will be, not saying it'll be any better than Stadia at launch, but that is the other company that I would say could have a shot.
The only other ones with the money to do that too.
Yeah,
to go up
that's
against
kind of my
Google.
point. Is like, I mean, it's fucking Google.
But that's not to say that Google doesn't make this experience better. It's just that I think people are really ripping it as well because when they first announced Stadia,
Yeah, they touted it as being like this.
yeah, and they said like 4K streaming, it works perfect. We've figured it out. We know what we're doing. Even on slower connections, where you can still play at 1080p and it'll look great. At launch, this thing is gonna fucking sing, and then the whole thing is launching. There's not any achievements. There's no 4K. There's no HDR. You have to sync up your phone to your Chromecast, and then have your HD, and then you have to sync your controller back to, and you can only download games through the phone, and you have to. It's all a mess, man, and there's so many things that they just promised that they didn't deliver, and of course, performance was the number one thing. And if you're launching something like this, you got to make it right. Like they should have delayed this if this was going to be the feedback, which they should have gotten more feedback and been like, all right, let's put this in the wild and let's see how far away people are from the data centers, and let's see how this works. And it looks like the people who gotten into it just fucking say it sucks.
I think they wanted to get to it before the holidays. They wanted to get it out there before the holidays, and they've taken the modern approach of fuck it, put it out now, we'll fix it later. And it's unfortunate, but that is the modern approach in gaming these days, that they're just going to fix it on the fly. Fuck it, we'll do it live. And yeah, I mean, definitely I could see either, I don't know if their fiscal year ends at December 31st or whatever, but they probably had a projection they had to meet. And so that's why they're releasing it now, even though I'm sure their QA dudes were like, their QA people were like, this is a bad idea. There's still so many issues. I mean, here we are.
The gaming industry is really tough to break into because of the fact that you have to be damn near perfect to gain any market share, or else you never will. Especially when launching a console or a service. And I think that's why Microsoft also said with their Cloud X program that it's going to be a very long time before this is ready for consumer. And that's why they're doing so many tests. And they're like, this is something that will come in the future, but it's for now you're going to have to buy a box for your TV and play games like that. But I think one day we will be there. Wicton is also right when 6G is live and everyone is getting 1 gigabyte over their phone, and maybe that is because that comes from
it's progress in technology,
powers and shit, so you don't have to have all that fiber running. So when it's over the air and all cities are covered and towns, and when Tesla launches the internet service from satellite, maybe, I don't know. And maybe Google comes back. Maybe they really work on it and they stick to it. The problem I see with Google is that when something fails, they always drop it instantly.
Google Plus, eh?
So
Google Hangouts.
It's tough to trust them. I would have never invested $150 into their Founders Edition. A lot of people did, and I think they're going to regret that fucking purchase. So... let's see. We got some news because Xbox did Microsoft did their XO XP
XO19
XP09 XT X. What is it?
XO19.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Nope.
That's what I said. So they came out and they were like, "Hey guys, we got some stuff. We got a whole bunch of things that we're doing with Game Pass, and we're going to add Discord and Spotify and EA Access freebies and all this other stuff."
Freebase.
Freebase that EA.
Yeah.
So why not? I mean, you get 6 months of Spotify for free. You get 3 free months of Discord Nitro, and you get 1 month free of EA Access.
Yeah.
And you can get it for $1.
That's pretty rad.
Really rad. And they announced a shit ton of games coming to the Xbox Pass as well.
Every first party game.
Oh, that's always been.
Well, yeah, but it's just like, they went through last year or whatever and bought every fucking studio under the sun.
Yeah.
And now they're all releasing games. And so it's just like, here they are.
Getting those Final Fantasy games and getting the Kingdom Hearts games and the Yakuza games, it's crazy to see this because, when Microsoft first went to Japan, they were shunned. And now, they weren't giving any of these Japanese exclusives. They all went to PlayStation, and now they're finally making their way into Xbox. It seems like this is finally happening. People are finally starting to fucking give up console exclusives.
It only took three generations of Xbox consoles.
to gain Japan's trust, I guess. But man, I'm looking forward to it, especially the fact that all the Yakuza games are coming to Game Pass. Play them; they are some of the best things to come out in that no one knows about. Like, they're so much fun.
Yeah. You got
I'm not
indie
gonna-
hits like My Name is Pedro.
Yes, I'm looking forward to that too.
You got stuff like Tekken 7
Yeah,
coming to Game
I'm
Pass.
gonna beat
You've
your
got-
ass.
You got Halo. I'm gonna let you. You got you got the Halo games coming out December 3rd. You got the first one, Reach, and then also you've got Microsoft Flight Simulator coming out early 2020 or maybe late if they delay it. But that looks phenomenal. I'm not a simulator guy, but sure as shit gonna install that and play.
Yeah, Jamie, our resident pilot in Discord. I'm sure he'll be playing it.
Oh yeah. So for $5 a month, or however much that you're paying for it, get in while the getting's good, because it will go up to $10 a month on PC. And if you're playing it, if you're in for the $5, it's only $60 a year. I'm playing a game on. I'm playing. What's it called? The Outer Worlds,
Mm-hmm.
and that's a $60 game by itself. I would have bought this year, and and to pay that for an entire year and have access to over 100 games that are all very good, it's well worth the money, especially because you can get it for 3 months for $1 each month, and I say do it.
Rage
say
2
do
was
it.
just added too this week since
Yeah.
the conference.
It's almost like we shouldn't buy PC games anymore.
Pretty
'Cause
much.
it's
Yeah, it's
coming-
just gonna show up on Game Pass.
yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the last time I bought a game. Because, I mean, I guess Borderlands 3, right?
Yeah.
But, yeah, Outer Worlds, that's been through Game Pass. Fallen Order has been through EA's Premiere, or Origin Premiere, whatever the fuck that shit's called.
Yeah,
Yeah.
If you
And,
play the Ubisoft games, all those are on
yeah.
on
we
there.
talked about this. I mean, this is the way it's gonna go. Games are gonna turn into a subscription service. I mean, look at it. From with that Ubisoft Plus or
Even-
whatever.
Even if you subscribe to, so you subscribe to Origin, you subscribe to Ubisoft, subscribe to Microsoft. Those are the big three that have them, right? As anybody else? No, that's the only ones. So that's $35 a month. I mean, if you're buying a game a month, you're saving money.
Yeah.
I don't know
So
why. So use the code 8-bit geek, get 10% off
Yeah,
the
right.
big combo subscription. We're advertising them so much, man. We need to get some kickback here, Microsoft / Ubisoft / Anysoft.
let's say it, man. Like it's definitely the way to go if you're looking to play some games.
Yeah.
We were talking a little bit about the whole Stadia thing and xCloud, but Project xCloud will be coming to Windows PC next year, and that way you can try it out and see if you can play some games. It's also launching with like over 50 games, they said.
Cool.
So that's cool. And yeah, if you wanted to, you could go out there and look at what xCloud is bringing to the table. I recommend that as well because of the fact that, obviously they could be just lying like Google did about their tech and how good it is. But I don't know. Microsoft, you don't really think of them in the sense of server wise or, back end and all that, but they've perfected it, man. They just won the government contract for Project Jedi. Yeah, that's the name.
God damn it.
And it's supposed to be this fucking huge ass server shit. Like it's supposed to be really big and storage and all this other stuff. They won it over Amazon.
Wow.
Amazon was going for it. So let's see. Yeah, so it's they're launching 53 games on the service. Everything from Crackdown 3 to Madden NFL 20. And you can get WWE 2K20 on there.
Oh God. It's so broken.
Pretty much all the Microsoft first party titles, but they also have Black Desert Online in there, so you can get an MMO going.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. They also announced a game called Grounded, which is
Yeah.
Obsidian's new game, which I don't think anyone expected, but it looks super legit.
Yeah.
you essentially you're Honey I Shrunk the Kids. You're in the world of Honey I Shrunk the Kids.
Yeah.
You play as a kid, and you go around an adventure. It's kind of a survival game, and you have to build and fortify your defenses, and build forts and stuff, and go around and collect things, and you fight ants and spiders and a whole bunch of insects. It looks like a ton of fun.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it looked fun.
I'll play with you guys. Like I said, I'm not really into survival games, but this does look very fun. And yeah, it gave off the Honey I Shrunk the Kids vibe.
Mm-hmm.
And it's Obsidian, dude. I want to get into Outer Worlds. I just got to finish.
You got to what?
I have to finish everything else I have.
What you need to do is put everything else down and start this Jedi Order game.
See that too, man. Everyone's talking about that too. Even the one IT guy at work that never talks to me, like opening up to me about Star Wars Fallen Order today. Like we talked for like a half an hour. That's more than I've ever talked to him in like the 5 years I've worked with him.
Man, it's so good. I'll admit, I'm definitely 100% playing on story mode.
Oh, I switched to story mode too.
Like,
I heard a lot of people doing that.
dude, I don't know. Jedi Knight, while very challenging, I still find the story mode challenging when you get to the big bosses and when you get to the armored guards and all that. Like, I've had difficulty fighting them still. It's still quite a challenge. And, I just, on Jedi Knight, I can't imagine what the higher difficulties are, because Jedi Knight, I was like, I have died like 6 times on this one boss, and I can't seem to do it.
Yeah. Well, and I've been streaming it, and as someone who doesn't normally stream, because there's people out there that like, that's what they do. They stream like Dark Souls on the hardest mode, but that's their thing. Like, that's not my thing. Like, and so I was like, I don't want to spend a stream fighting one bad guy, sort of thing, right? So I was just like, fuck this, I'm going to story mode. Which again, it still has a level of difficulty to it that still makes some of the bad guys hard to fight.
But it also makes fighting the stormtroopers really fun, because you're just like, this is exactly how they die in the movies.
Yeah, quickly,
Very quickly.
very quickly.
I do want to clarify. Dark Souls does not have a difficulty setting. It's just one setting, and it's you're fucked. Really, there's no difficulty settings in the game.
Which
Actually,
game? Which one? Isn't there one? Is it Sekiro? Which one has? Isn't there one that has like a difficulty setting?
I don't think any of them have difficulty settings.
No. Well, fuck
Like,
that.
they're just-
I'm okay. I'm hard, solid pass.
Yeah.
There's a scroll you can get that actually makes the game even harder than it is.
Kev, here's what I want you to do.
No,
I want you, when you play this game, to play it on the hardest difficulty, just to start off.
yeah, I anticipated that. Like when I did start, I was going to start on the hardest
And
difficulty.
then I want to see how far down you go.
That's going to be a rage stream. I can already feel it. The thing is, like, I got conned into. I was going to do it this weekend, and I got a card from work, like one of those gift cards, and the fucking EA access doesn't allow prepaid cards, so I gotta wait till I get paid on Friday to actually get the service. So as soon as I get the service, then I'll re-download it and start it. But that's definitely something I want to stream.
Or you go sign up for Game Pass with their thing with the free month.
No, it's only EA. It's regular EA access.
Oh, it's not premium. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not the premium one
Boo.
because
Boo.
premium's not available on Xbox yet. That's why.
All right. Before we leave, let's talk about BioWare and how shitty they are.
Oh.
I mean, no. How they're changing. And they're going to remake Anthem into
The game it was supposed to be.
the game it was supposed to be. They're doing a Realm Reborn, which has been kind of a relaunch treatment that everybody knows about with, I guess that came to, that name was solidified by Square Enix with Final Fantasy 14. So that's what they're going to do to Anthem. They're going to remake the world and all the quests and all that good shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope so. I hope it works out.
Yeah,
for 'em.
I mean, because I would say, like, I had fun playing,
I did
but
too.
it was the loading screens and like the way
The
you had
poor
to do
optimization.
missions and all that stuff that really brought the game down. but the gameplay itself was fun. It didn't have enough to keep you there. So yeah, I hope this completely fixes it. You know, they talk about like No Man's Sky as well as one of the ones that's had like a reawakening, right? And that's if they can do what No Man's Sky was able to do, then please.
Yeah,
Well,
let's
even
go
with
back.
Final Fantasy 14, when it originally came out, it was hot garbage. And then Realm Reborn is probably up there with World of Warcraft as far as subscriptions go. Like
Yeah.
not up there with them, but they're probably going to be like second in line.
It is. It's listed as one of the best MMOs now. Like it's really good.
So I hope the best for him, man. I really want BioWare to succeed, dude. I want to see a good Mass Effect game again, and I want to see Anthem. Like we had such a fun time playing it, but also like the flying physics in that fucking game was so much fun. Like that made me want an Iron Man game, like right off the bat, because the way he flew, the way the characters flew.
Yeah. What's I gonna say? I don't remember. Fuck it.
Speaking of Iron Man, BioWare is also working on a new Mass Effect game.
No.
What's that?
No, they're not.
Yeah, it's a rumor at this time, but that's why it's at the end of the show. It's not confirmed, but they're rumored to be in very early development of a new Mass Effect.
I will say that's one of the things I've been enjoying about Outer Worlds is that people were trying to compare it to other games. You know, they're like, oh, it's like Fallout meets it's some said Borderlands and stuff because of the humor and whatnot. I'm like, nah, this is fucking Mass Effect. This is a comedy Mass Effect is what Outer Worlds is.
I'm on board with that. I love man.
And
cool.
I was thinking today. I was like, man, I'm loving Fallen Order, but I kind of want to play. I want to kind of get back into Outer Worlds.
Outer Worlds.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I left something really, really good behind, and I want to go back and hang out with it.
Yeah,
The one
and
that
again,
got away.
I'm absolutely in love with Fallen Order. Like I'm loving the game. I'm loving the story. All the ties to everything in the universe has been fucking great and so fun. But yeah, I was just like, man, I kind of want to play Outer Worlds right now. I don't know why. I mean, it's a great game. That's probably why. Surprisingly, it's not my type of game, but I'm thoroughly enjoying it. Because I think I think it reminds me more of Mass Effect than like Fallout or something. Man.
Huh? I do have some breaking news before we leave.
This is a breaking news segment.
Oh, according to the Wall Street Journal, the Justice Department is moving to completely wipe out the Paramount consent decrees, which I didn't know were a thing. A ruling which, for the past 70 years, has regulated how movie studios distribute films to movie theaters. If they are indeed overturned, and it looks like they will be, it could have a devastating consequence to theater industry as we know it. The entire movie landscape could shift as a result. Wow.
I don't understand it.
I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, like like the
What could happen
distribution
if
of
they
it.
overturn? To boil it down, the argument is basically in the streaming age, the old rules shouldn't apply anymore. What in appears department? I have to read into this. There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there are things about streaming that are changing the world, and that I think that like things do need to change to accommodate that. I mean, then we talked about this with Pete when we had breakfast with him last month. Just the why like the writers' strike happened in '08 and how it was for writers to get paid for streaming of their shows because they were only getting it for like syndication and stuff, but not for streaming and blah 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 and all this stuff. So like they had to adapt and change to accommodate for this new landscape of how we consume media. So if something has to change at the theater level, well, yeah, it may change the landscape. That doesn't necessarily mean it's gonna be a bad thing. I mean, it might suck for movie theaters, but at the same time, like, well,
I wonder if that's
Okay,
gonna
so I
get-
read a little bit while you were talking.
okay,
Okay.
So some of the negatives would be that that the movie studios could hold theaters hostage, essentially, for bigger movies. So they could force you to have to play them for however long they wanted. They would force you to.
Like Disney did
Take
with
out-
Star Wars.
That's exactly what it is. Disney took 65% of the revenue, so this would allow studios to set higher revenue for themselves. They can add fees on top of it. They could essentially do whatever they wanted to the theaters, and the theaters would have to comply. And so they could push out more independent like less independent movies would come to the theaters, and it would just be whatever the studios would want.
Oof, that would suck. Okay, so that would hurt more independent films too.
Yes.
Unless like an ITV, like independent, TV starts their own
it would
like streaming service.
it would choose all these independents would have to cut back the release date schedules because they wouldn't get enough available screens, limiting choices of moviegoers. Just essentially, I mean, that would be the complete changes of it all.
Yeah.
Now they do list that there could be some positives. Studios would be able to buy their own theaters again, which would allow Netflix and Amazon to purchase theaters and potentially offer subscribers access to see their films in the theaters for free and or for a small additional fee.
That's where you get your Netflix like membership card or something.
Yeah.
Or you just, I mean, at this age, phone app.
I'm like, would I want them to pay for, like, if it was like Netflix theater, like, come see this movie in the theater? Like, there's a part of me that's like, well, I should be able to see it for free because I'm already paying you a subscription service. So then it's like, well, then how much am I willing to pay to see it in the theater?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not much. I don't think, like, I've like $250, right, for a ticket. I'm already paying you a subscription fee. But then if your theater is owned by you, you're going to get my money from the concessions. So make the ticket price super low, if anything, and then bank on people buying popcorn and sodas.
You could probably like think about it this way. Maybe like you get a discount if you're a Netflix member.
Yeah, but
Like-
I would still have to be a
and
steep
then-
fucking discount. And it better be
Yeah,
a good
and-
goddamn theater. You know what I mean?
And then that's what I'm thinking. Like maybe the theater style. And Jeremy, you've been to them. Doug, I'm sure you've been to Alamo. Just make them like Alamo Draft Out style. Make them low key, and make them like film houses.
Like how
So
Kev
this-
thinks that he's like the first person ever to go to a fucking Alamo.
No, that's why I said you guys know.
You know where they're from, right?
The Alamo? Yeah, they're from fucking Ohio, of course. The great state of Ohio, where
Yeah.
Alamo Draft House.
Where the Alamo took place.
Yeah, dude. Never
Right?
forget the Alamo in Los Angeles.
So the decrees right now make it illegal for a movie studio to hold the theater hostage, like I said before, by forcing them to show a dud in order to make money off of the film. So right now,
nice.
theaters can also say no. Like this movie is got a really low Metacritic. We're not going to put it in so many screens, but this could force them to have to do it as well. So,
But there's
I wonder-
still, I feel like if a movie sucks, and even if you're like, well, I mean, we have to show Coneheads 2 or some shit, like some shitty movie.
that wouldn't be a dud.
Yeah. And Aykroyd, bring it back.
But okay, we're gonna all theaters are only showing the new Charlie's Angels movie.
There you go. Relevant.
Like I saw it in the chat. Yeah, because they said Charlie's Angels might be hitting #1 in the near future. But yeah, I think that the audience is still going to speak. And if the movie sucks, they're not going to go fucking see it, no matter if that's the only thing shown in their theater or not. Like, oh, man, shit, the AMC is only showing Charlie's Angels. Y'all want to just play video games instead? Y'all just want to go watch Disney Plus at home? Or you guys want to watch something on Netflix instead? Like, there's a part of me that feels like if that's what you do, you're just going to kill the theater business,
Right.
which doesn't
You're gonna
seem like that's
kill-
going to do any good for you because
Holy sh!
you're going to try and force us to watch these movies that no one wants to watch, so no one's going to go see them.
Right.
Holy shit.
But they could do that in order to push out, like, say, an AMC chain. They're just like, all right, you don't want to see our movie. We're just going to put it up and we want all your theaters to be showing this, this, and this. AMC's like, well, I'm not going to make any money off of that, and we're going to get shut down. And then they're going to go, all right, well, we'll just buy you and put our name on it. And we'll have our own theater. Bye.
No. This is
Likely
crazy.
not,
'Cause,
it's not likely going to happen.
well, if this does happen, I mean, think about what we're gonna see. Kind of like the death of the theater, kind of like the death of the arcade. Like, remember, as soon as like people were like, "Oh, why fucking go to the theater when I can get the same quality at home?" Or "Why go to the arcade when I can get the same quality at home?" Once you hit that singularity of it like being the same, and now that we're getting like these high quality movies coming out exclusively on Netflix or Amazon Prime and all this stuff, and it's like, why fucking go to the theater? And we're gonna start seeing a decline in theater. I mean, as we're seeing it.
It's
You
already a
know?
thing that's happening.
Yeah, dude, it's like it's crazy that we're gonna see the decline. Like we're gonna see the closing of two forms of entertainment that was like usually the fucking Friday and Saturday nights to go to.
Well, I it might be a little extreme because I don't know if you guys ever have heard of this place. Have you ever heard of a new movie chain? It's called the Alamo Draft House.
Oh, the one from Ohio?
Oh yeah, you know it then. They have this kind of business model that is pretty dope, and people are packed in those theaters every weekend. And so I don't think that the theater will die off, just like bowling hasn't died off.
Because bowling's a regarded sport.
No, because it's really made a big comeback with like pinstripes and all
Has
that.
it though? Has
Yeah.
it though?
Yes, it has.
I don't think so, bud.
I do.
No,
I
okay.
haven't
Have
bowled
you
since my
not seen
20s.
these? Have you not been to that pinstripes place?
No, because one,
afford
it's overpriced, and two, bowling's not that fun.
Oh, you
Oh,
should.
fuck off with that shit. All
One.
right. All right. You lost me, Doug.
Son of a bitch.
It's not making a comeback. This isn't
It
the
has.
fucking 90s. No one gives a shit.
Lies. Yes, they do.
And they're
Chat.
It's going to be the 90s, though.
It's made a huge comeback. Bowling's on the rise, and I have the data to prove it.
no, you don't.
Bowling for Soup still touring.
Yep.
See?
Yeah,
proves
Kevin,
it.
you're the only person there at that concert.
No, it was almost sold out, I think.
Yeah, for their
a lot-
opening acts, for everyone else that played instead.
Less Than Jake was pretty fucking rad.
See?
I'll say that.
Yeah, would 100% go see Less Than Jake. With even you were like, I'm only gonna stay until they play a song I don't know, and then I'm gonna leave because even
Yeah.
you weren't that interested
And I
in the
stayed to
concert.
their final fucking song because I knew they played every fucking song I knew.
Ed in the chat says
Ow.
bowling is fun, but laser tag is where it's at.
Oh fuck!
How bowling has made a comeback from Yahoo Finance.
Thank you, Yahoo Finance.
What's the date on that article, bud?
October 26th, 2019.
Is it October 26th, 1997?
Yeah, it's got like a fucking ska album on the front. Dude in a bowler hat.
Yeah, it's like, no, sorry, bowling hasn't come back, but bowling shirts have. Like,
Oh, thanks, Guy Fieri.
Bowling employment is up.
To be the pin monkey.
Oh,
You
Kev.
never heard that? No, that's the shoe guy. Like
Oh,
the shoe guy, and then when like the
bud.
balls get stuck in the
Yeah.
lane, he has to go out there. We call him the pin monkey. You never heard that?
It's offensive.
Is that a Chicago thing?
No, maybe in the 1930s it was a thing.
In the 1930s,
Chicago.
Prohibition, Chicago.
All right, that's the show, everybody. I hope that you enjoyed it, and hope you come back for more. I apologize for Doug saying that bowling isn't fun.
God,
Yeah, what an asshole!
apologize.
I will never apologize.
Put out a public statement.
I will never put out a public statement. I just don't think that bowling's making as much of a comeback as you think it is. Just because you can name two places in DFW that are adult bowling places because they serve, I guess, alcohol. I'm pretty sure all bowling alleys do.
I'm sorry. I just gave you two little windows
high-
into the soul of bowling.
High-end bowling.
You bet at round one. They got 17 lanes, bitch.
17 lanes, and 16 of them are empty.
That's a lie.
One lane is being used, and that's by Jeremy.
I'm there with all my crew.
Colin.
All of them.
And Colin's like, where's the arcade? I just want to go play some video games.
Oh man.
Huh. Anywho,
Dad,
Urban
Dad,
Dictionary.
Dad, can you buy me this hamburger? It's $32. It's the cheapest thing on the menu. So,
and it's delicious.
oh my god.
Urban Dictionary. Pin monkey, a person who works the back of a 10-pin bowling center and fixes the machines.
He's still on it.
Just making sure that y'all know
Uh-huh.
I ain't offensive. Although, and Chud Fu says, where else can you get a pitcher of lukewarm beer? That's true, a bowling alley. But the bowling alley I used to bowl at was Diversey River Rock and Bowl in Chicago, and they had pin-shaped Miller Lights. It was awesome. It was the only reason to drink Miller Lite.
I started making right now. I just started a PowerPoint presentation to see how and to show Doug how bowling is back on eyes. It's so far 24 pages long.
Okay. Why don't you just go
It's
watch...
all just middle fingers on each page.
Just go on Disney Plus and watch Alley Cat Strike and call it a day, Jer.
Is that really on there?
Yes. It was a Disney Channel original movie about bowling.
Fuck yeah, I'm doing it. I bet you there's a
Kingpin on
bowling movie coming back out.
I would love to see a Kingpin too. Make it happen.
Alley Cat Strike,
Randy Quaid.
March 18th, 2000. That's when that movie came out.
Oh, Bowling for Dollars,
Does Steve Martin?
2019. It's a TV series in development.
Oh my God! Guess who is in this movie? Alley Cat Strike, 2000. Kaylee Cuoco,
Oh, look at her.
2000. I've seen this movie and I can't even tell you who she is in it because I don't fucking remember.
They just announced that in Garland there's a new movie theater with a bowling alley called Strike Reel.
That's got to be annoying as fuck. You're trying to watch a movie and then everyone hits a strike. Yeah.
No, the bowling alley is in the middle of the movie theater, Kev.
You bowl while you watch the movie.
Yeah, you bowl while watching it.
Oh.
All right, that's it for this week. Stay tuned. You can ask us all your bowling related questions in
Please
the
do.
after show. I'm Jeremy.
I'm Doug.
I'm Kevin.
Until next week, lots of love, hugs, and all that bullshit.
Be on a bowling team called Balls